First up, we're hitting the ground running in the city that never sleeps. New York City, and let me tell you, this place lives up to the hype. The energy here is like nothing else. A constant buzz that'll have you running on adrenaline and street vendor hot dogs. You could spend a lifetime exploring the 5 boroughs and still only scratch the surface. But if you're short on time, you gotta hit the classics. Times Square at night, a sensory overload in the best way possible. Central Park, a green oasis in the middle of the chaos. The Empire State Building, because you haven't truly experienced New York until you've seen it from above. We're talking pizza by the slice that'll change your life. Bagels that are chewy on the inside, crispy on the outside, and everything in between. Don't be afraid to get lost in the maze of streets, stumble upon hidden speakeasies, and find yourself face to face with a slice of New York cheesecake the size of your head. Trust me, this city will grab you by the collar, drag you into its chaotic embrace, and leave you forever changed. You'll leave exhausted, exhilarated, and already planning your next trip back. From the East Coast hustle to the West Coast chill, we're heading to the City of Angels, Los Angeles. Sunshine, palm trees, and the Hollywood sign gleaming in the distance. LA is the land of dreams, and trust me, some of those dreams involve tacos. Seriously, the Mexican food here is on another level. You've got world-class museums like the Getty Center and LACMA, Griffith Observatory for the best views of the city, and enough hiking trails in the surrounding hills to satisfy even the most adventurous souls. Cruise down Sunset Boulevard, soak up the sun on Venice Beach, and maybe, just maybe, you'll spot a celebrity or two. But even if you don't, LA's laid-back vibe and endless summer will have you feeling like a star. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading to the Windy City, Chicago. Now, I know what you're thinking. Casey, it's freezing there. And yeah, okay, winters can be brutal. But trust me, Chicago in the summertime, pure magic. We're talking sprawling parks along Lake Michigan, rooftop bars with killer views, and a food scene that'll have you loosening your belt buckle. Deep dish pizza is a must-try, but don't sleep on the Chicago hot dog. Dragged through the garden, no ketchup allowed. Chicago is a city with a gritty soul and a big heart, and it'll steal yours before you know it. Next stop, we're rolling into San Francisco, a city that's as iconic as it is eclectic. Get ready for steep hills, Victorian architecture, and enough sourdough bread to satisfy even the most ferocious carb cravings. First things first, you gotta ride a cable car. It's touristy, sure, but it's a San Francisco rite of passage. Plus, the views from those hills? Breathtaking. Speaking of views, make your way to Alcatraz Island, the infamous former prison with a dark and fascinating history. Explore the vibrant neighborhoods like Haight-Ashbury, the birthplace of the hippie counterculture, and Mission District, known for its colorful murals and delicious burritos. San Francisco is a city that embraces its quirks, celebrates diversity, and will leave you feeling inspired and full of sourdough. Get ready to turn up the heat because we're heading south to Miami. This city is a vibrant melting pot of cultures, with a Latin flair that's impossible to resist. Think sizzling nightlife, pristine beaches, and enough Art Deco architecture to make your head spin. First things first, hit the beach. South Beach is the iconic choice, with its white sand, turquoise water, and endless parade of beautiful people. But don't be afraid to venture further afield to hidden gems like Crandon Park or Bill Baggs Cape Florida State Park. Once you've soaked up enough sun, dive into Miami's legendary nightlife. From salsa clubs in Little Havana to mega clubs in South Beach, this city knows how to party. Miami is a feast for the senses, a city that pulsates with energy and will leave you wanting more. From the beaches of Miami, we're switching gears and heading to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This city is steeped in history, power, and a whole lot of marble. But don't let the seriousness fool you. D.C. is also home to a thriving food scene, world-class museums, and Enough free things to do to keep you busy for days. Of course, no trip to DC is complete without visiting the National Mall. Pay your respects at the Lincoln Memorial, feel inspired at the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial, and marvel at the sheer size of the Washington Monument. But don't stop there. Get your history fix at the Smithsonian Museums. They're free. Wander through the National Arboretum or catch a show at the Kennedy Center. DC is a city that constantly surprises you, and you might just find yourself falling in love with its unique charm. Explore the vibrant neighborhoods from the trendy shops and restaurants of Capitol Hill to the historic Pioneer Square. And no trip to Seattle is complete without a visit to the Museum of Pop Culture, a Frank Gehry-designed masterpiece dedicated to music, movies, and pop culture. Seattle is a city that embraces its creativity, its natural surroundings, and its love of good coffee. Buckle up and get ready for sensory overload, because we're heading to Sin City, Las Vegas. This city is a 24/7 party, a neon oasis in the middle of the desert. Whether you're here to gamble, catch a show, or just experience the sheer spectacle of it all, Vegas is an experience unlike any other. Walk the Strip at night, marvel at the dancing fountains of the Bellagio, and try your luck at the roulette wheel. But Vegas is more than just casinos. Catch a world-class show, from Cirque du Soleil to residencies by your favorite musicians. Las Vegas is a city of excess, excitement, and endless possibilities. Get ready to let the good times roll, because we're heading to New Orleans, a city that knows how to party like no other. From the jazz clubs of Frenchmen Street to the vibrant energy of Bourbon Street, New Orleans is a feast for the senses. Start your day with beignets and chicory coffee at Café du Monde. Then wander through the French Quarter, admiring the wrought iron balconies and colorful buildings. Take a stroll down Royal Street, browsing the antique shops and art galleries. Then head to Jackson Square, where you can get your fortune told or listen to street musicians. As the sun sets, make your way to Frenchmen Street, the heart of New Orleans' jazz scene. New Orleans is a city that celebrates life, music, and good food, and it'll leave you with a smile on your face and a song in your heart. Next up, we're heading to the Pacific Northwest, to the city of Seattle. This city is a cool blend of urban sophistication and natural beauty, with a laid-back vibe that's impossible to resist. Start your day with a cup of coffee at the original Starbucks, then head to Pike Place Market, a bustling marketplace where you can find everything from fresh seafood to local crafts. Take a ride on the Seattle Great Wheel for stunning views of the city skyline and Puget Sound. Explore the city's vibrant neighborhoods, from the trendy shops and restaurants of Capitol Hill to the historic Pioneer Square. Seattle is a city that embraces its creativity, its natural surroundings, and its love of good coffee. Last but not least, we're wrapping up our tour in Boston, a city that's as charming as it is historic. Walk the Freedom Trail, tracing the steps of the American Revolution, then grab a pint at Cheers, the iconic bar made famous by the TV show. Explore the cobblestone streets of Beacon Hill, marvel at the architecture of the Boston Public Library, and take a stroll through Boston Common, the oldest park in the country. Catch a Red Sox game at Fenway Park, home to the Green Monster, or take a harbor cruise for stunning views of the city skyline. And don't forget to indulge in some classic Boston cuisine. Boston is a city that's both historic and modern, traditional and innovative, and it's sure to leave a lasting impression.